Welcome into Red Empress Tarot. I'm Patty. I'm an intuitive, a reader, and a healer on the twin flame path myself, here to read you a message for your twin flame journey. I believe that if you have found this video and this channel, you've been guided to do so. If you love the content, please subscribe. I'd love to have you as part of the tribe. Make sure that you tap into your intuition. Make sure that you are following your internal guidance. It's really important. And every thumbs up to the video is so valuable. I love every one of you. Thank you so much. And let's go ahead and get into the reading. Welcome to the mirror message. Welcome back to my subscribers. I'm so happy to see you here with us. And welcome to new people finding the channel. I'm so glad that you're here. Make sure and hit the subscribe so you don't miss anything. Let's go ahead and get some sage to clear the energy of the space. I hope you all are doing well. If you haven't been in a mirror message before, a mirror message is like the he said, she said of the twin flame journey. So we look at head space, heart space, and blocks, current blocks for the divine masculine and the divine feminine in the twin flame journey and challenge or separation. Okay. Let me get that sage going, get that energy nice and clean and clear. Yes, so good. Get all of my cards, all my crystals. It's sage lint everywhere. I love this lavender sage. It smells so good though. Okay, some for me, some for you guys. And we're all set. Good to go on that. And make sure that gets out. One time it kept burning and burning and I set up the smoke alarm. That was not awesome. All right. Oh, and while we're thinking about it, please go over to the like down here and hit the like on the video. I greatly appreciate that energy exchange for being here for you guys. I know like 95% of the people on YouTube don't hit the like, and I don't quite understand it. That's the first thing I do when I watch a reading. So for those of you who take the time to do that, thank you so much. It makes a big difference to me, and I really appreciate it. Okay. Let's get into the reading. Spirits, angels, guides, ancestors, protectors. Thank you for being with me here today and always. Help me be a clear and accurate channel for the watchers of this video. Let all the messages that come out be for the highest good of all parties involved. Grounding. Protecting. Archangel Michael, surround me with your protection as I surround myself with a bubble of white light protection. Okay, good to go. So I am pulling this on Halloween. I love Halloween. I love pretty much all holidays. I like to celebrate. And Halloween's a fun one. So I'm using my Spirit Halloween deck for the last time this year. I'll put it away till next year after this. We're going to look at Divine Masculine's headspace right now. What is in Divine Masculine's headspace for the people that resonate for this video? Remember, this won't be for every twin flame, so make sure that it resonates for you if you're taking the messages to heart, okay? Sometimes when you're drawn to a reading, there's always a reason that you're drawn to a reading, right? So there's hundreds of thousands of people out there looking at tarot readings, and if you found this one, there's a reason. There's some kind of message for you. Might not be the whole thing, so you have to figure out what's for you. For some people, it is the whole thing, okay? I think there's always something for you, even if it's just to learn something about the journey. Sometimes it's to learn what not to listen to as well, okay? I get that a lot. So I'm going to take the Queen of Cups in reverse here for Divine Masculine's headspace. There's a Queen of Cups in reverse here. And also a Page of Wands. Okay. I'm going to move that over just a little bit. So Divine Masculine's heart space. Tell me about Divine Masculine's heart space currently for those who resonate with this video. If you guys want private readings, make sure and let me know. The link to my website is always in the description of my videos, and the website is always on the beginning and end screen too, if you want that information. I've been doing private readings quite a bit. I'm really enjoying connecting with you guys one-on-one and helping you so much more individually. All right. So we got the King of Wands in the heart space. We've also got the Ace of Wands and the Knight of Cups. Okay. And possible blocks right now. Tell me about the blocks for Divine Masculine. Not feeling those. Blocks for Divine Masculine. Blocks for Divine Masculine. Blocks for Divine Masculine. Tell me about a block that's going on right now. Okay, we've got Justice. We've got two. I'm going to take them separately. The Ace of Pentacles and the Emperor down here. So I see two blocks. Tell me about Divine Feminine's headspace right now. What's she thinking? What's going on in her head? Divine Feminine's headspace. Divine Feminine's headspace. So we've got the Knight of Pentacles, okay? What's in her heart space? Heart space, we got, gosh, we got a lot. So I'm going to take, I'm going to take them all. Heart space, so we got Seven of Wands, Ace of Swords, Nine of Cups, and Judgment. These cards are very, very different from traditional tarot, this Halloween deck, and I really, really into it off the artwork because it's a different message than the traditional for a lot of them. Blocks for Divine Feminine right now, or challenges. What she need to work on? What does Divine Feminine need to work on? Ten of Cups. Okay. And the bottom of the deck, I always do the first deck is Divine Masculine. That's the Hermit. Overall energy. Okay, and then we're going to clarify some of it. Okay, with the... see, I think it's just called the Beginner's Tarot. The Easy Tarot it's by Ellershaw, Ellershaw. This is the first major tarot deck that I bought, first actual tarot deck that I bought, and I was guided to it. I didn't just like pick it up. It kind of chose me, and I don't use it a lot, but I was feeling it for today. There's something about today. So Divine Masculine's headspace, clarifying the Queen of Cups in reverse is a Devil. Okay. Clarify the Justice here. I feel like we need to clarify Justice for the first block for Divine Masculine right now. Okay, we got Justice, clarified by Justice, and the Tower, and the Magician. So I'm going to take all of those. And clarify in Divine Feminine's headspace, the Knight of Pentacles. We got the Nine of Swords. There's some very much shifting energy here. There's a lot of things going on in this collective. Okay. Give me one more to clarify this Knight of Pentacles for Divine Fem's headspace. We got the Empress. Okay. Give me one to clarify this block or challenge for Divine Feminine. We have the Ten of Cups clarified by the Four of Wands. That's an interesting combination. Bottom of the deck for Divine Feminine, Four of Cups. All right. Let's see what we get here. So overall energy for Divine Masculine right now is the Hermit. So it's that real introspection. There's a lot of thinking going on for Divine Masculine right now. He's definitely in the energy of pulling back, holding back, and examining what the heck's going on in his life right now, and trying to make sense of things. So in his headspace, what's occupying his head is a Queen of Cups in reverse. So this is a karmic partner of some sort. When I get a court card, especially a lead card like that, and it's in reverse, that's a karmic energy. It's someone that's emotionally manipulative. There's someone in this Divine Masculine's life right now that is emotionally manipulative and very challenging. Clarified by the Page of Wands, he wants to take action in this situation. I think he wants to resurrect something else in his life. With the Page of Wands, this is a card of resurrection. This particular one, it's the Necromancer. It's bringing something back to life, but there's this toxicity with this Queen of Wands in reverse. There's this feeling of him being chained to a karmic partner. So this is what's taking up his headspace right now. This is why he's in hermit mode, kind of pulling back, trying to figure out what to do about this situation. How do I resolve this situation with the Queen of Cups in reverse, this karmic partner? This karmic partner can be very biting. She's definitely not trustworthy, and she's not honest. So it's kind of a Gorgon is kind of like a snake and a Medusa combined. So Medusa has the power to turn, you know, people to stone with one look. So this is someone that can be cold cutting. Okay, this is someone that knows how to cut you with their words. And, you know, the snake energy is someone that's changeable. It's someone that is not honest, that does a lot behind the scenes. So there's this karmic energy that's really like taking up a lot of headspace for Divine Masculine. He feels chained to this person for some reason. Feels absolutely chained in hell with this person and can't get out of it. And he wants to take action to resurrect something else in his life that he feels like is dead. There's another relationship in his life that he feels like dead and buried. He thought it was gone, and it's not over with, and he wants to put his energy, his power, his resources into bringing that back. I'm going to get some clarifiers on that. I got the 7 energies out for a reason, and I feel like this is it. So tell me about this situation. The storyteller, okay, this person is a liar. This karmic is a liar. And I feel like the masculine is having to make step up to like get around this. There's more to this story than you know. There's more to this story than you know, and the pages aren't all written yet. It's like this masculine has the power to change the story. They do. They're starting to just realize they don't have to stay in this toxicity. They have the power to still write the end of their story. Just because it started out this way doesn't need to mean it needs to end this way. This is, look at the blank pages, the key, the quill there. The masculine is starting to understand that he doesn't have to stay in this toxic energy. This doesn't have to be his life. You know, he was probably in the energy of, I made my bed and now I have to lie in it. For a long time, he thought he had to stay with his karmic partner. But he's realizing he doesn't. Tell me more about this situation. And oops, dropped it. So a grand symphony too. I feel like he is in the middle of making plans. And it's actually pretty complicated how he's going to get out of this situation. A symphony, you think about writing a symphony, how many instruments there are, it's like how many moving pieces there are in a symphony and how complicated it is. There's a lot of moving pieces in this relationship. He can't just exit it. He's going to have to craft an exit. And this resurrecting the other connection is all part of it. It's all... everything is connected. It's all connected. Let's look at Divine Masculine's heart space. We've got the King of Wands, passionate, fiery. And it's an Anubis. Protective. Passionate, fiery, and protective. And Ace of Wands with the Salamander here. I got this card the other day quite a few times. And it really reminds me of a chameleon, how you have to like be changeable. You have to adapt to your surroundings. And I feel like the masculine is doing this here. He's like adapting to the surroundings of this Queen of Cups in reverse. And having to go about it in some really convoluted ways in order to write a new ending to this story. With the Knight of Cups here though, and he's the genie. The Knight of Cups in his heart space, he's the genie. And we have the Necromancer over here. It's like he's, in his heart space, he knows he contains the ability to do this. And it's like he's been stuck in the lamp for a long time. He was waiting for the Divine Feminine to come along and rub the lamp and let him out. And I feel like her energy has done that. I feel like his power has been released finally. In his heart space, he understands he's stepping into his power. In his heart space, he's feeling it. But he's having to keep it hidden, though, with the salamander here, this chameleon-like creature. He's having to keep his power hidden. And with the Anubis, it's a protective reasons. It's for protective reasons. He's protecting himself. He's protecting his connection with his Divine Feminine in this situation. Okay, let's look at some of the blocks. At the bottom here, I just wanted to see quieting the mind. I'm going to take that and put it with the genie here. There's a definite energy of this Divine Masculine blocking out all of the noise that the karmic kind of creates and all of the hellish sounds of this relationship in order to get into his power and really unlock it and use it. And the key is right here in writing a new ending to the story. So the first block that I'm seeing for the Divine Masculine right now, or challenge, something he's working on, right, is justice. In this card, justice is a Valkyrie, right? And a Valkyrie is a warrior woman, basically. They can fly. They bring vengeance. They bring justice to the world. So if someone is wronged, they're going to set it straight. And so here's the Valkyrie standing over someone that's fallen. There's an arrow in them, but look at the Valkyrie doesn't have a bow. The Valkyrie just has power that's coming out of her hand. And she has a staff. She doesn't have a bow and arrow. But this soldier here has fallen with an arrow to the heart. Someone has shot an arrow to the heart of this masculine. And the Valkyrie, it's an angelic presence. There's this power coming in to set it right. And justice is clarified by justice. We have the wisdom of the owl here. We've got the sword. We've got the scales. Everything is perfectly balanced in this card. Everything is very aligned, very straight up and down. It's a big contrast to the other justice card here. It's a huge contrast. Because over here, this is almost a chaotic, like really powerful. The energy's even going back and forth. And over here, it's very balanced. So there's different forms of bringing justice, right? There's vengeance and there's justice. And I feel like this masculine has to learn the difference between vengeance and justice. And find a happy medium between the two. Between this very calm, quiet, let justice come to me energy, which is this card, and this very swoop in and bringing vengeance for having been wronged. There's a happy medium to be found there in this situation here, in dealing with this karmic situation, in resurrecting this connection. This karmic has shot an arrow through the heart of the Divine Masculine, and he's got to figure out how to balance himself out so he doesn't create more karma for himself in balancing the scales. He doesn't want to bring in vengeance. He really needs to bring in justice. Clarified by the Tower. So there has been a Tower moment between the karmic and this masculine. They have fallen out. They have fallen out. Masculine's on one side, karmic's on the other side, falling into the sea. And what's really interesting to me is if you look at this Tower card, the sea on one side is like light blue, icy blue, and on the other side it's black. And so one of these characters is falling into emotion, but it's a light emotion, and one of them is falling into a very dark place. So this falling out has left one of these people in absolute despair, I think. the one that falling into the black side is the feminine energy. So the feminine energy in that karmic masculine situation is falling into despair because of this. And it's almost like they're wanting, with this vengeance card, with this vengeance justice, it's almost like the masculine is kind of wanting to send them there, but at the same time, they need to not do that. They need to bring justice in the most fair way, not vengeance. Okay, so there's a block for the masculine. The magician, though, look, the masculine has all the tools he needs to make this happen. He just needs to call in his own power to figure this out. Okay, he's got his sword, he's got his cup, he's got his pentacle, he's got his wand. Everything is there. This is, again, a very balanced card, the magician. This deck particularly is very balanced. It's very clean. I think he needs to keep his game clean here when he's dealing with this karmic. That's one block. Because she's not. She is half snake, half Medusa. This karmic, it's like not stooping to her level. He needs to learn not to fall to her level in bringing justice to the situation. Another block for divine masculine, we had the Ace of Pentacles and the Emperor. So the Emperor here is a Sphinx with claws, like really serious claws. That's what I'm noticing at first. Also purple and gold. So gold is like solar plexus chakra, and purple is going to be crown chakra. So there's some balancing out, and there's a lot of blue here. I mean, it's all in a background of blue. So there's, I mean, looking at the colors of the card, there's speaking what's in your mind and what's in your gut. It's like following your intuition and speaking what's on your mind in a controlled way with the Emperor card here. When he brings this Ace of Pentacles offer, you see that 4 flowers out of 7 here are budding. But there are 3 flowers here left to bud. This Mandragora is this creature. He needs to have some patience in bringing this offer to the Divine Feminine. I mean, he wants to speak. I feel like he just wants to bring out his claws in this situation, and it's almost like coming onto the Divine Feminine too powerful. He's in a very like stressed, anxious, aggressive energy right now. This is aggressive energy for the Divine Masculine. Very aggressive energy. I mean, and maybe he needed to get to that point to balance out, right? Because I think he was passive for a long time. He's very in aggressive energy. And so he's wanting to come forward and speak. But he's got to pull his claws, and he's got to retract his claws and bring it in a balanced way. I mean, there's 3 of these flowers haven't budded yet. It's not really time. Well, to say it's not really time to bring this offer forward. He's got to wait until the right time, until this Queen of Cups situation is released. What I'm getting is he's got to completely disentangle himself from this devil energy with this Queen of Cups in reverse, this karmic person, before he can bring this offer. He's got to pull back, and he's got to get into a less of aggressive energy and into an assertive energy. You understand the difference between aggressive and assertive. Aggressive is more violent, and I'm not saying he's being violent, but what I am saying is his passions are way up, and he's got to get that, you know, with the King of Wands in the heart space. I mean, that needs to get under control more. He needs to really get into more of this controlled energy with the King of Wands and controlling his power a little bit more. I think he is just starting to understand his power, but he's got to quiet his mind more. He's really got to center and focus and come into a calmer space with this whole thing. It's really good that he's in this hermit mode energy, because he's not in any place to be talking to the Divine Feminine right now, or maybe even the karmic. Before he can cut this off permanently with a karmic, he's got to get into a calmer mind space. You can't write a symphony in chaos, right? You can't write the end of your story in chaos, because it will be chaotic. Yeah. He's got to come to a more peaceful place. I want to get this top card. Shining through. Yeah. His light has to shine through his dark. There's too much demon in what he's doing right now. And I'm not saying like there's a demon inside the divine masculine. What I am saying is there's too much dark energy here, in too much vengeance energy. He needs to let his goodness and his light shine through in this situation to really come to a good resolution. Yeah. Okay, let's look at Divine Femme. So Divine Feminine's headspace, we got the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, we know what that means. Slow, good intentions, but slow. And there's a lot of worry there. The Empress, look, Divine Feminine feels that she's in her Empress energy. She feels like she's done the work. She feels like, she's ready. But Divine Masculine clearly isn't ready, right? So she's all up in her head about how slow this is going with the Knight of Pentacles, and she's almost becoming defensive. I have something to say about this, but I want to read the heart space and the blocks first. I'm going to revisit this in a minute because there's something I'm hearing that's really important to say, but I want to see if this feeds into that before I talk about it. But there is this, with this Empress card, there is this waiting energy. Look at the look on the Empress's face is not happy. It's very kind of sad. And she's got this sheaf of wheat on her lap. Like, I'm just going to hang on to this and wait for you. I'm waiting in my field for you. This is waiting energy. And that's not really what an Empress does. Okay. Heart space, Seven of Wands, the Mummy. Yeah, all wrapped up and waiting. Again, heart space and head space are matching for Divine Feminine. All wrapped up and waiting. Candles are burning. Clock is ticking like this. I'm seeing that. Do you guys see My Cousin Vinny? the movie My Cousin Vinny. And Marissa Tomei's character, and she's like stamping her foot. My clock is ticking like this, because she wants, you know, her boyfriend to marry her. And it's the same. It's a commitment energy. It's like, I'm waiting. The clock is ticking. Clarifying that. Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is like a snake dragon. It's called a Quetzalcoatl. I'm sorry. Blah, blah, blah. Called a Quetzalcoatl. 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 It's basically a dragon snake. Scary motherfucker. But it is the Ace of Swords. Let me see what else we're clarifying the Mummy with. We got the Nine of Cups, the Kraken. Release the Kraken. It's a big giant squid thing. And then we got Judgment. The Cerberus. So Cerberus is protective energy. It's self-protective energy. So the Divine Feminine is all wrapped up in self-protection right now in her heart space. She's wrapping herself, protecting herself from the slow energy in her head space. She's all, Nine of Swords, all up in her head, worried about this. She's trying to wrap herself up. She feels stuck, and she feels the need to protect herself. With the Cerberus, too. Judgment. She's passing some kind of judgment because of the slowness here. So we got the Nine of Cups, the Kraken. She's wondering if she should tear this whole thing down because it's been too slow. She's in just a sea of emotion, right? The Kraken is in this sea of emotion. Ace of Swords. She needs to get some clarity on this situation. She needs a higher perspective, a higher view. A more serpentine view. So she needs to be able to see from a bunch of different angles, and she's only looking from one angle right now, and it's a very protective energy. She doesn't want to get hurt anymore. This has been a long journey. As Divine Feminines, you know, a lot of you in the channel are Divine Feminines. You know how hard this has been. It's been a long road. It's challenging. Even those of you who are newer to the journey still feel like it's been a long road, because what? It is. It's long. Okay, I want to look at blocks here. So blocks, 10 of Cups and 4 of Wands. That's not a block, guys. 10 of Cups is your ultimate happiness, and the 4 of Wands is commitment. Higher level commitment, marriage, union. If this is coming up as a block, we got a problem, because this is beautiful. So if Divine Feminine is seeing this possibility, she's seen this far-reaching possibility with her Divine Masculine, this happiness and this commitment for a long time, and it's so slow in coming that it's become a block in her life. She's letting this rule her life. And I'm about to call out some Divine Feminines, and only you know if it fits your story, so don't get mad at me if this isn't you. Only you know. And if this is you, I'm gonna say this so you understand once and for all. We're gonna talk about this. 4 of Cups, disappointed energy. Overall energy for Divine Feminine, disappointment. It's kind of a stubborn disappointment too. Look, this is hard, and no one can tell you that it's not. And anyone that does tell you it's not is lying. That's bullshit. This is hard. It's painful. But you're not given this journey unless you have the power to do it, to be successful at it. You do. So I want to talk about this Empress card in particular. If you look at this Empress, look at the look on her face, that waiting energy. It's a disappointed energy. Really goes with this 4 of Cups card. I was hearing this in my sleep the other night. I had a dream the other night. I actually dreamt of my Divine Masculine, which, I mean, I so rarely have a dream that I remember. And this one was super vivid. And I woke up just in awe that I remembered a dream like that so vividly. I have a sleep disorder, so I just don't dream, at least remember my dreams very often. Maybe a couple times a year if I'm lucky. And, but I woke up with this in my head. Like, I need to talk about this, and here it is. So we're going to talk about it. And I also was pulling some personal readings for myself. And 3 times in a row, I got the same message. Control your anger or you'll be sorry. It was a tea leaf card. Control your anger or you'll be sorry. And there was a real reason that I didn't just jump up and do a reading and talk about this, because I was like really hot, really hot about the subject. And I needed to temper my feelings about it, because we have to remember both sides of the story here. So talking about this waiting energy that we get into as Divine Feminines, and there's a reason we get into the waiting energy, because we can see far. We can see the connection between us and our divine counterpart. We know what can happen. Sometimes we have visions of what our life would be like together. Real ones. Like, you can see vignettes of your life together. And you know it can be good in a way with your divine counterpart that will never quite be the same with any other person in your lifetime. You can be happy. I'm not saying you can't be happy with someone else. And I really advocate letting other people in. If your Divine Masculine is taking a long time to get through their stuff, it's hard. And we'll talk about that in a minute, but look. There's a reason we talk about not being in waiting energy. It's not just because some mysterious, the divine doesn't like it. It's not just because it's a test that we have to pass. The reason that you don't stay in waiting energy is simply to learn self-respect. So why are you in waiting energy as Divine Feminine? You're in waiting energy because you had some sort of relationship or experience, situationship with your Divine Masculine, and it was mutual, and it was good, and it was going somewhere good, somewhere really good, and you can see where that will lead, and you can feel the good feelings, and you know the possibility of it all. Okay. But the Divine Masculine left for these reasons. They have things that they need to go through too. Divine feminine, by the time divine masculine left, you'd already learned some of your lessons. You could see more than they could see. They had blinders on. Literally had blinders on. They can't see what you could see. So it's not really fair to hold them to the standard that, why can't you see what I see? They're just not there yet. It's like blaming a short person for not being able to see out over the crowd. It's not really fair. But at the same time, you have to have the self-respect to continue on with your life. Look, if the divine masculine chose this Queen of Cups in reverse over here, this karmic partner, or if they chose a job over you, or their mom doesn't like you and they sided with the mom, or whatever it is, whatever your story is, if the divine masculine left this relationship and went on with their life in a different direction, if you sit here in waiting energy, waiting for them to catch up to you, every day that you do that, you lose a day of your life. And every day that you do that, you miss opportunities that the universe is sending you. You have to have the self-respect to continue on your own. You have to come into your power. You have to understand how powerful you are and how beautiful your life can be and how beautiful it should be. On your own, even without your divine masculine, as much as you can see how beautiful that relationship could be. There's another thing that I'm just going to point out. Some of us know that our divine masculine is awakened to the connection. And I'm not talking about people that are guessing. I'm talking about people that really know, heart of hearts, your divine masculine is awakened. They know that you're the divine counterpart. But divine masculines can be very stubborn. And I'm not talking men. I'm talking about people with masculine energy, okay? This is not about body parts. This is not about slamming a gender. Divine masculines can be notoriously stubborn. And there are a wave of divine masculines who are awakened. They do know you're the divine counterpart. But they're staying with a karmic partner for whatever reasons. They're choosing the karmic partner because they don't want to hurt the karmic partner, because they're protecting the karmic partner, because they feel like they owe the karmic partner. And, those are all things that they need to get over. Those are all lessons that they need to learn, that to put their own happiness first. That as adults, we're all responsible for ourselves. Every day that you stay in waiting energy, waiting for your divine masculine to change their mind when they're giving to a karmic partner and they know you're the divine partner, you are allowing the divine masculine to hurt you every single day. Going for a relationship, going for another relationship or making a choice in life, it's never just one choice. If divine masculine chose one day to go to a karmic partner and leave your relationship, that's not one thing. Because every single day of his life that he stays away from you, he's choosing to stay away from you. Every single day of his life that he stays with this person, he's choosing to stay with this person. So every day that you stay in waiting energy, you're allowing him to hurt you. And I know that's really harsh. That's really harsh. But sometimes you just have to hear things plain the way they are. I don't think he wants to hurt you, but he's got blinders on. If he's staying with a karmic partner for reasons other than love, other than goodness, other than happiness, if it's out of obedience, if it's out of being controlled, if it's out of obligation, those are all unhealthy reasons to stay with a person. And those are lessons he's got to learn. But if all he's seeing is, I'm protecting this person, I'm protecting my karmic partner, I'm taking care of them, I'm obligated to take care of them, I'm giving to them, they are not protecting you. They are not giving to you. They are they're not caring for and loving you. So you have to move forward without them. Because if you sit in this waiting energy, you're allowing that cycle of pain to continue. You have to move on sometimes to get them unstuck. And it's not about manipulation. It's not about, well, if I move on, he'll chase me. It's not about runner chaser, because we want to end that. It's about truly moving forward with your life because you have self-respect, because you have self-love, that you have care for yourself, and you want a good life. If he sees you moving on, he may unstick himself, whatever you want to call it. That was terrible. But it's not because you're manipulating. It's because you literally care so much about your own life that you're going to make it good on your own if you need to. You know, take that if you need to off. You're just going to make it good on your own. Okay? You can't allow the pain of this constant choice of another person to get you every single day, because that's what's happening. It's not one choice to go to another relationship. Even if they get married, staying in a marriage is a choice every day. Even if you come into union with your divine masculine, staying together is a choice every day. Every action that you take is a choice every day. That's why you don't stay in waiting energy. You move forward with your life. The universe may bring you a soulmate, or may bring you a karmic partner that's going to teach you something valuable. And if you keep blocking all of your blessings to stay in a painful cycle, that's on you. I don't want that for you. I want you to be happy. I want you to feel successful. Not everyone is meant to be in union. If you want union, you have to get out of waiting energy. You stay stuck here, he stays stuck there. End of story. You have to break it loose. Something's got to give. Can't stay like this forever. Well, it can. It's never going to progress. Okay? I know that was a big sermon, and I know I'm calling some people out. For those of you who are not in that situation, maybe you just needed to hear that for future use, or to talk to other people about this. We'll help each other. We're all teaching each other as we go. So there could be another divine feminine that you come across one day that's in this cycle, and you see it and you recognize it, and you can talk to them and you can help them. And I hope we perpetuate that, because we need each other really bad. This is a challenging journey. All right, I'm going to get a few oracle cards, but I feel like we can wrap this up after that. I know this isn't everyone's story, and I'm glad that you stayed and listened, because there's always a reason. If you're drawn to a reading, there's always a reason. Sometimes it's to learn what not to do. Sometimes it's to learn what is happening with other people who are on a concurrent journey. Sometimes there's some big messages for you, and sometimes, my God, this whole thing is yours. Okay? Oracle cards here. Tell me more about the situation. So we got romantic encounter, coming clean, and brothers. This divine masculine is going to be confiding in someone that they consider like a brother, a trusted friend. Doesn't have to be male either, but someone, this divine masculine is going to be coming clean. Sensual play here, rendezvous. It's about some kind of sexual matter. So see what else we get. Could have been that this Queen of Cups in reverse, there was some kind of sex addiction with her. Something that's kept them blocked, but they're coming into their power now, and part of coming into their power is vocalizing this, is speaking with it. This could even be a counselor. Okay, someone they really trust, a confidant. And it's about something dark that's been going on. So I get romantic counter and I get dark on opposite corners here. There's a dark energy here. Time to think. So coming clean to this person, you know, either the therapy that they're doing or the friends that they're talking, family member that they're talking to about these blocks. Is going to bring them power. It's going to give them, and we saw hermit mode as the overall energy for the Divine Masculine. They're in that mode, trying to think, undecided, like they've been really unclear about something, treading water. They feel like they've just been floating through their life. They've had control issues, major control issues. But they're finding this, coming right in the center of the spread, finding the key. They're figuring it all out now through talking it out, what I'm getting, and wishing this is hope for the future now, because they're finally breaking free. And I saw, it's not there anymore, intimacy on the bottom of the deck too, decision. Breaking free was on the bottom of the deck a second ago. They're breaking free from a silence that they've had about this situation. And it's helping them get clear. They're understanding their control issues. They're finding the key to making this all work. And now they're actually finally, for the first time in a long time, having true hope for their future. They want intimacy. They don't want this dark energy in their sexual dealings. They actually want real intimacy, is what I'm getting. Decision. They're going to be making the decision. That's coming out of undecided. They're actually making a call that they hadn't been able to make in a long, long time. They're ready to make some good memories that are going to last. They want real chemistry. And they want to unmask. They've been hiding in work. This masculine's been hiding behind work or money, things, stuff. This feminine is lighting the way. It's rescuing him. This feminine is, and I don't really subscribe to the rescue culture. We shouldn't be rescuing each other, but lighting the way here is actually pulling this masculine, I mean, out of the darkness. He was out in depth, and now he's trusting the feminine, and he wants to speak loud and clear. He wants to speak his truth. He was deceiving himself before. There was self-deception here, and it's time for a change. I'm going to, down there, time for a change. I'm going to end on that. This has been your mirror message. I hope this is helpful. I really feel like there was good information in this one, and share this around. I never ask people to share a video, but if you're in a twin flame community, please share the video, because I want some other people to hear this message that we had for Divine Feminines. I feel like it's really important. And it's really important, if there's any Divine Masculines out there watching, that you understand what's happening with the Divine Femme too. Okay? I love you guys. Hit that like on the video. Please do that for me. I really appreciate that. Make sure and put in the comments if you want me to draw you a card next mirror message, and at the very end of the reading, I'm going to be doing all of those little individual readings. Love you guys, and I'll see you next time.